Welcome to another episode of Multimedia Lies. Some man. Anyone who is a Democrat and who supports Joe Biden, you're going to get offended by this, so you might want to leave. Your discretion is advised. Yep, don't watch this if you're underage. So, you might have noticed a certain app called Parler. So, I'm not talking about the French phrase parler. I'm talking about Parler, the app. So, what is Parler? So, it is a non-biased app. It is like a free speech. They focus on free speech and they focus on protecting users' rights. They are not selling your information to other organizations or anything like that. So yeah, but I tried using it for like one day and I didn't like it because it left out some things I usually was used to seeing. So Parler is a good app. Many account who have had their stuff deleted because they spoke the truth and the false people that didn't like it, big big tech didn't like it, and they are an independent app right now. So what the problem is right now is so some people, of course, they said many people went on a Parler app, said stuff about free speech and how we don't have free speech, and especially what happened with big tech deleting all of so they terminated like forever. So Facebook, Donald Trump's Facebook account. Mark Zuckerberg is responsible for that. Twitter. Jack Dorsey is responsible for that. Instagram, of course, Mark Zuckerberg is also responsible for that because Mark Zuckerberg, he technically owns Instagram and WhatsApp. So WhatsApp and Instagram used to be independent until they bought their shares, and he owns it now technically. And Mark Zuckerberg already had a problem with Apple this year, a couple months ago, and that was that problem. So, however, because what people posted on Parler app, so Google, which is part of big tech, so they noted Parler ad from their Google Play. They removed the Parler app from the Google Play Store completely, because they said it were being too egregious, having egregious content, and stuff, because they are technically they're woke. If you don't know what big tech is like tech giants, a lot of major companies like Facebook is part of it, Twitter is part of it, Google is part of it, Amazon is part of it, Netflix is part of it. And you'll have to really look it up, because there are a lot more companies that are part of big tech, and many of them have gone woke. So not only Google Play Store, so the Apple company also threatened to remove. I think they may have already removed the Parler, the app from the iTunes store, their app store. So it's not going to show up on iTunes either. So you have to literally download it off through your phone, yeah. However, many people have went on to complain that Parler is an innocent app, and that people use, and it's not Buck Sexton. He said Parler is a right-wing app. It just protects freedom of speech. It's viewpoint neutral. That's what our digital overlords are so worried about: free expression. Democrats can't allow a piece of face to share ideas without their thumb on the scale. Worth asking why. Todd Spangler, ahead of his possible ban by Apple, Parler is currently the #1 trending app in the App Store news category. Pat Rainier. Whether the App Store can carry Parler seems to me a much more serious question than whether Twitter should suspend accounts. Of course, Pat Rainier is talking about Twitter terminating accounts and also deleting accounts forever, or they'll restore accounts, but some previous posts won't show up. So Ted Cruz already questioned U.S. Congress Senator Ted Cruz, nice guy. He questioned this to Jack Dorsey. Jack Dorsey could not give up a straight up answer. He was so stupid enough to not give a straight up answer. And we already know, big tech is using, Google, Facebook, and Twitter are using fact checkers and test platforms. So Josh Hawley, also a U.S. a Congress member, he also questioned this to Mark Zuckerberg. Of course, Zuckerberg could not give up a straight up answer. So that was a pretty, stupid of him. So the problem with free speech right now is we can't have free speech if there's these apps that allows free speech. They don't sell your information. They let you do what you want to do, speak freely about things, do marketing and a whole bunch of other stuff. Yet if these apps are not available on Google Play Store or the iTunes Store, because Apple and Google, part of big tech, yeah, they are not in favor of it. They think, oh yeah, they don't like because if bad things are happening on Facebook, Twitter, you know, so you should temporarily stay off Facebook, Twitter, and then Instagram, WhatsApp, any other apps right now. For now, we need to, yeah, we need to teach big tech a lesson, because if they can't let us you know, talk about stuff, have a free speech on. Of course, freedom of speech is a right. It is not something we are going to be blocked off from doing. So if they're not going to let us use the Parler app, or if they're not going to let us create and use an app that maybe on an alternative for YouTube, on an alternative for Facebook, an alternative for Twitter, an alternative for Instagram, an alternative for Snapchat, yeah, any other apps that are not owned by big tech. If they ain't going to let us do that, we will not stay silent. Go straight in social media, make a post about it. We will not stand down. Boycott big tech apps right now. I know it's going to be hard, but I'm going to boycott Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. If you want your right to speak freely about whatever you want to speak freely about, without your account getting monetized or deleted or terminated, so should you. Let's do this, people.